Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo and welcome once again to the Bhutan Premier League qualifiers. Today's match features the young talents of the BFF Under-17s taking on the Under-19s. For the Under-17 side, it has been a challenging campaign in the qualifiers. They currently sit at the bottom of the table without a win so far. And with 3 teams already reaching 9 points at the top, their hopes of progressing in the standings are now out of reach. Even so, matches like this remain incredibly important for the young squad as they continue to gain valuable experience against stronger opposition. Their opponents today, the Under-19 side, are participating as a guest team in the competition. While their results do not affect the official standings, they have proven to be a very competitive side and provide a strong test for any team they face. So although the table may not be on the line today, there is still plenty to play for. Pride, development, and the opportunity for these young players to showcase their talent. Also, most viewers, especially from our post regarding the standings on the BOP qualifiers so far, has been causing a lot of confusion, especially with regards to Namla FC's drop in points. But I will share the details regarding that as we kick the match off and we await a couple more viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo and welcome back again. We have the 22 Warriors on the field, and here are the lineups for the face-off today. For the under-17 side, Levine Rai is in at number 15, Top 10 Jixel, number 3, Kinlitawa, 12, Karma Jixel, number 1, Choning Zangpo, number 6, Ugen Setsum, number 8, Chadawanch, number 7, Namgen, number 4, Som Doji, number 5, Yanden Tarchen, number 9, and Pemajaso at number 10 for the under-19s. They will be coming in with a completely new roster. They will be decide taking the rest this time, as they have Namda Yuda at number 14, Kinga Wangchu, number 16, Arpan Gurung, 15, Kinzang Kelsen, number 5, Kilepenjo, 19, Tashi Kelsen, number 18, Siddhant Pasnet, number 17, Tendru Jamso, number 12, Samrup Toji, 25, Chinlet Dendu 22, and Dechuk Toji will be captaining the under-19 side for this face-off. And here are the referees on the field for today. The main referee will be Wang Chen, assisted by Kinlepenjor and Hemkumar Chetri. And Virendra Rai will be the fourth official. Again, as a reminder, there will be no points consequences as the under-19s are already a Premier League side, and as such, this match will carry no consequences for the under-17 sides, whose hopes are actually dashed as the lineup, as the qualifier table currently shows 9 points for 3 teams on top. So their chances of going through to the Premier League is basically shut down. Also, with our recent update on our Facebook page with the qualifier table, there did seem to be some confusion as we lacked a proper announcement. So yeah, the gist of the matter is as follows. In the face-off between Namla FC and Thimphu FC, which ended in a 3-3 draw, we saw a last-minute equalizer from Namla FC coming by the way of number 12, Som Gelpo, I believe his name was. The issue at hand was, despite it being a clean goal, Som Gelpo, the number 12, was not reflected in the final squad for the match. There are supposed to be 25 players who are to be selected for both the starting 11 and the bench. Som Gelpo, number 12, was not reflected in that final list, and as such his substitution and his impact, especially with that goal of his, was declared void, and as such the result stands Thimphu FC 3 and Namla FC 2. Due to that, there has been an update in the points table as well. Namla FC earlier showing 1 draw is now showing 1 loss on their record. So Namla FC is currently 3 wins and 1 loss, while Thimphu FC have erased their draw record and are back up to a full 3 wins. So basically that is the gist of the matter that caused the confusion with our Facebook post on the earlier update. But with that behind us, we now await the countdown to kick things off for this friendly. And there is the starting whistle, a completely new lineup for the under-19 side, with their starting 11 resting comfortably on the bench. It will be an opportunity for the under-19s to prove something for themselves. It is common knowledge that Bhutanese football has been growing again and again to new levels with newer generations. And as such, this is a valuable opportunity for the under-17s to prove that they have that future secured, especially against the seniors here in the under-19 side. There is the under-17 side donning white and the under-19s donning the orange, both shades of the national jersey being displayed today here in Limitang. It is 5 p.m. right now, give or take a couple of hours for our friends in Australia and beyond. Despite shaky weather here in Thimphu, it is quite pleasant here today. A bit on the warmer side compared to the last couple of stretches we have been having. We also lack a drizzle today, so it is a good environment for the crowd to be under here in Limitang. There is the throw-in for the under-17s headed away. Also, for those of you who just tuned in, again, to clear the issue with regards to the confusion of the qualifier table updated on our Facebook page a couple of hours ago, Namla FC and Thimphu FC played themselves to a draw. And the issue there was that the last minute equalizer that came by the side of Namla FC from number 12, Som Gyalpo, was appealed by Thimphu FC. Right before the match, we are supposed to get a final list of players totaling 25 that are supposed to be on the bench and in the starting 11. From that starting list, we received the goal scorer of that equalizer, number 12, Som Gyalpo, was missing. Thimphu FC did appeal that situation and the equalizer from Namla was denied. It was declared null, and as such, Thimphu FC do manage to erase the draw from their record, and it is instead reflected as a win. So we are now currently standing at Namla FC with 9 points from the earlier 10, right behind Thimphu FC's perfect win streak, which was earlier affected by that draw against Namla. And as such, we do have quite a shift. 3 teams up with 9 points. This basically means that the under-17s now no longer have any chance of going through to the Premier League. But it is still a valuable opportunity nonetheless for them to use this as proper experience. They are facing off against the seniors, the under-19s in the orange jersey today. Early advantage there. Not quite brilliant defending from the under-17s. Also, if you still have any queries or confusions with regards to the qualifier table, please to ask away in the comments. Also, with the updated rankings, if there are any fans who see their teams now have a better chance of going through, especially Thimphu FC, who early had quite a questionable outcome, especially with Samrujonker sitting winless. Samrujonker, despite their win coming 5-4 against the Funsling side, they did have quite a lot of questionable calls in that match. But the game did end in their favor. It is still 5-4 and it is still reflected as their win, so they are standing 9 points right alongside Namla FC and Thimphu FC. So given the standing as it is right now, Samrujonker and Thimphu FC are the only teams with perfect records so far. Namla FC, despite also being at 9 points, their match against Thimphu FC will now reflect as a loss. So in case the top 3 teams end up in a point stalemate, Namla FC will be at a disadvantage, but they do have their matchup coming up against Samrujonker FC. So if they manage to pull off a win against the regional team, Namla FC still managed to secure the chances of going through to the Premier League. So at this point, it seems like the Thunderbolts have the best odds of making it through to the qualifiers. Again, as another clarification, it still seems that most people are still unaware that the under-19s are participating only as a guest team. They are heading down to Maldives on the 22nd for the SAF tournament. In fact, the matchups were revealed. The groups were already revealed beforehand, but their matchups were revealed earlier today. They have a match against Nepal in the U-20 championship. They have their match against Nepal on the 23rd. The next match comes against Maldives on the 25th, and the next against Sri Lanka on the 27th. If they somehow manage to pull off a couple of victories, they will manage to proceed as leaders of their group stages and head off to the knockouts. We do wish them all the best. It is a crucial decision for the under-19s to rest some of the key players in this matchup against the under-17s, who now have no chance of making it through to the qualifiers. Brilliant run there. There is Laveen Rai on that right. Ball played up high. Costly decision on that save by Namda Yuta. Misjudged that trajectory. if it was on target, could have given the under-17s an early lead. The under-19s, it is not their starting 11 so far. It is looking like quite an even matchup. They are similar in age. It will be one of the better matchups that the under-17s have faced. Against the older teams, it was quite difficult for the under-17s, especially in terms of mentality. Physically, they were equal, sometimes even exceeding the other teams. We did see huge potential in players like Levine Ryan, players like Som Doji, in their captain, in Tarchin. They do have a couple of strong players. And now, with the age factor no longer being relevant in the second team from the under-19 side, it should be a good matchup, as the under-17s do manage to win a corner from the under-19 side. There is Ugen Setsum on the ball. We have seen both of these teams, all players, we've seen plenty of opportunities from them throughout the qualifiers. Huge potential as the corner played right inside the box. Still anyone's ball. It is the under-17s coming away with it. Physical challenge there. Levine Rai on that cleanup. Then Namge sends it to that left wing. Ugen Setsum. A bit short on that, and it will be a goal kick. Also, to our dear viewers, a humble request from my side, please do subscribe to the Bhutan Football Federation YouTube channel and to our Facebook page as well if you haven't already, for more updates on the league. Also, massive thanks to our beverage partner Coca-Cola and to our main sponsors Bank of Bhutan. A bit too hard on that shove there from Tashigelson, the referee. Easy whistle there on that. There was that challenge again on Yantan Tarchen. A bit too hard coming from the side of Tashigelson. And it will be the under-17s taking it down that left flank. Ball still alive, but possession stolen away by the under-19s. Brilliant effort from the second team so far. Intercepted. Som Doji again. Huge presence in the middle. It is, and then Tarchin sets it up for Pemajatso. Right foot. There was the save. But easy roll over. Namdrayuda's legs. Fantastic effort there from the under-17s. Early lead in the 10th minute by the number 10, Pemajatso. And it is the under-17s with the opening. There was that run. Just barely managed to get that ball off his feet. Too much spin on that to reject the save. It is the under-17s in white today, right now, with the lead in the 10th minute. The under-19s are in orange. Most of the under-19 starters are not playing right now. There are players that we haven't seen throughout the qualifiers. Some of them managed to get minutes, such as Siddhant Basnit. We did see a couple of times, but most of these players are playing right now for the first time. So the under-17s having a much easier time, as there is that brilliant run again. Plenty of options inside the box. Number Yuda this time manages to send it away. Still plenty of time, 80 more minutes of football left, as the under-19s this time with opportunity down that right flank. Choning Zangpo beaten, left-footed cross sent in. No contact at the middle, no contact on the left. And it will be a throw-in for the under-17s. Cleared high, seems to still be alive. Pimajaswa at the end of it. Still anyone's ball. Ball bounces off that defender, and it will again be a throw-in for the under-17s. The younger team creeping closer and closer to the opponent's goalposts. Costly touch there, too short. Plenty of talent from the academy youth. Most of the under-17s will be playing alongside their seniors in the under-19 category in a year or two. So it is quite interesting to see where the starting position for the under-17s are currently at. Also, if we have any new viewers, I would like to take this opportunity to again clarify the situation with regards to the points table updated in our Facebook page a couple of hours ago. So the main confusion is that Namla FC, who initially had 10 points, are now back down to 9. They have one loss reflected, and Thimphu FC are on top with 9 points. So what happened was, in their face-off, they did end up 3-3 with the last-minute equalizer coming from the way of Namla FC. The issue, however, was that the goal scorer for Namla FC in that 93rd minute was number 12 Som Gelpo. Before the match starts, we are given a final list of bench players and first 11s from both teams. And Som Gelpo, number 12, was not reflected in the name list from Namla FC. So Thimphu FC made an appeal with regards to the missing name of the goal scorer. And that appeal went through, and as such, his goal is declared null and void. And because of that, the results have been changed to Thimphu FC 3 and Namla 2. And because of that, Namla FC ran away with the victory from that game. And Namla FC is being reflected as a loss. And with that, 3 teams are now at the top of the qualified table with 9 points each. Thimphu FC and Sam Jonker, the only 2 teams from the top 3 right now to have an unbeaten record. Namla FC, after that appeal, is now reflecting their side as 3 wins and 1 loss. So odds for Sam Jonker did spike up. However, their next matchups are against Namla FC and Thimphu FC, so it is still a race for anyone. Sam Jonker, somehow, my prayers are with them, but if they do manage to pull off brilliant performances against the other teams in the top 3, they pretty much secure their odds of going through to the Premier League. If they win against Namla FC, then that definitely secures their place in the Premier League, and Namla FC are kicked out. Also, the under-19s are playing players from their bench this time. They are resting their key players. The new captain, number 13, Dechok Toji. We have information from one of our viewers. Much thanks, but apparently he was the captain of the under-17s last year. As I said, the same fate does await the under-17s, as they will be promoted to the under-19s if they still maintain and upgrade their skill level. So it will be interesting to see where the current under-17s stand and in what state they will join the under-19s. Because if the under 17s show potential and the ability that they are already better than some of the under 19s, it will be quite an interesting development in youth football in the next year or two. With that early goal from Pemachato, the under 19s do look quite shaky in their possessions. There is Lavin Rai absolutely hounding the midfield right now. He does manage to get everywhere, which has won the under 17s plenty of goals. There is the other number 15 from the under 19 side this time. Arpan Gurung sets up the midfield. Shot flies off. Jigsaw, phenomenal save to deny that effort. Plenty of space for Tash Gelson to work with. Did see the opportunity to take that shot. Had plenty of time to position himself. Not enough power, however. There is the corner from the under 19s. No luck in the set pieces for both teams so far. Same storyline again as it is sent out for a goal kick. There is Karma Jigsaw, phenomenal potential in the youngster. Although the under 17s are coming off of a winless run in the qualifier campaign, the goal deficit would have been much worse without that number 1 in goal. Plenty of brilliant saves, plenty of heart, plenty of brilliant vision to intercept attacks before any shot could even get off. But he is still young, so mistakes do come his way. But given his age, it is something we can forgive. Pemajatso had that press, but ball is sent long by the under 19 goalkeeper. There is again another key player from the under 17 side. The big man Som Toji in the middle with the number 5. His height and physicality has helped him outshine even most of the big men in the other teams in the qualifier run so far. He's gone toe-to-toe with defenders, centre-backs, goalkeepers alike, and he has come out winning those challenges most of the time. So he does have plenty of potential if he can add a bit more skill to that unbelievable frame of his. From what I have seen, at least so far in the qualifiers, he will be a keystone of Bhutanese football. In our international campaigns, it seems like we are losing out in terms of mentality, but other than that, we are also losing in terms of physical challenges. So seeing sturdy players like him come up does mean that Bhutanese football in the next couple of years might have international success. Close call there as that challenge did fly through. Defender slipped right through. Space again for the under 19s in the midfield. Levine attempted a back heel, did not see his teammate making that run, and it will be a brilliant through ball played out. Jigsaw with the interception. There is that vision from the goalkeeper I was talking about. Sees brilliant judgment from his part. Whether he can get to the ball before the forward, Pemajatso. A bit too heavy on that. He was double teamed, had to escape somehow. Clearance goes out and it will be a throw-in for the under 17s. The under 19s. Again, we are seeing most of these players for the first time in the qualifiers from the under 19 side. We did see a couple of them get minutes early on, but they are quite new, and it will be an interesting sight to see as to how they build it, how they show their chemistry. As part of the academy, they have been together for a while. But being a real test, this will be a different environment, and as they are youngsters nonetheless, it will take some time for them to get used to it. The under-19s already with the 1-goal advantage from the brilliant effort from Pimachazzo. They did have that one lucky break, but other than that, this match has been quite stale. Both teams currently at a stalemate. Neither side has had brilliant possessions. Mistakes are coming from both orange and white. Fantastic possession there. Somdoji a bit too hard on the ground there as the through ball is played through. Jigsaw, comfortable save for the goalkeeper. The under-17s currently in the 20-minute mark. They are looking like they will get their first win of the qualifier run. He has a cutter inside, decides to go for the shot himself. Inten Tarchin had the runner inside the box, did not see Levine at all. And shot easily saved with Tinledendup. Also, apologies early on, I did seem to have made a mistake in the goalkeeper's name for the under-19 side. The goalkeeper is Tinledendup. Opportunity for the under-19s from the corner. Ball curled inside the box, shot misses completely, and it goes out for a throw-in. Also, now that the qualifier table is looking pretty solid, we have a pretty good idea of which teams will make it through to the Premier League. Do let us know in the comments down below which team you think will run away with the trophy in the Premier League this time. Paro FC is the team to beat. But do let us know if you are repping any other team and if your heart aligns with the storyline of any other club for this year. Possession, one back, Pimachazzo. Lots of room to work with, decides to send it through. There is Inten Tarchin. One-on-one against Namlu Yuta. Pimachazzo back with the ball. Uken Setsum seems to be down. Referee taking a look at him. There was that goal earlier that gave the under-17s the advantage. Brilliant placement on that ball from Pimachazzo to beat Tinledendup. Under-17s, plenty of manpower in the opponent's half. Somdoji. Topped in Jigsaw. The under-17s trying something out on the right flank this time. Compact defense there. Cleared off, and the throw-in awarded to the under-19s this time. The under-19s, a couple of players from their side, I believe, will head over to RTC if I'm not wrong. As the league begins, there were a couple of interesting signings again. Thimphu City seems to be upping their manpower by quite a lot. They managed to secure Kilipenjo. The transfer was made official from Transport. There are a couple of other transfers whose notices have not been made public yet. But most of the teams, especially in preparation for the final boss, indeed Paro FC, seemed to be bolstering their numbers and squad with depth and capability. So it is interesting to see, as there is the under-19's opportunity deflected by his own teammate. They do manage to get the ball back. Left-footed shot from the crossbar. Jixel misjudged that completely. Fortunate for the under-17s. They are saved by the bar. The under-19s now sensing blood. The pace has turned aggressive. Ball played inside the box. Anyone's ball at this point. Left-footed touch by Topten Jixel and cleared away. It is still the under-19s ball. Yinten Tarchen with the steal. Close call there. It is Pemajatso back with possession for the under-17s and white Yinten Tarchen. Closely hounded by the under-19s down on that right flank. Ball played up. Up and Gurung. Tishkelsen decides to take it out to the right wing now. Brilliant press there from Chadawanchu. There was that effort. Jixel milliseconds late. Almost went through. Unlucky bounce off that crossbar. And there is a substitution coming in for the under-19s who are down. It is Ugun Doji coming in. One of the better players from the side of the under-19s. Now that they are on the back foot, we are going to see a couple of key changes by the head coach Hideharu Takahashi. The under-19s have managed to, no sugarcoating here, but they have managed to trash every team they have faced off against. In the qualifiers, most teams, of course, they have the excuse of having played their second 11. But it was a result they couldn't manage to avoid. So losing especially to the under-17 side will be a huge matter of pride for the youngsters in orange today. Kinzan Kelsen, pass played midfield. Brilliant defending there by the under-17s. Still plenty of space to work with. Just no room forward. The under-19s forced to play it back again to Kinzan Kelsen. There is space down that left flank. Samdo Doji sends it in. Clearance deflected off. No chance but to send it out. Finally at the half an hour mark. Still too early. Especially after yesterday's game, it was an interesting seesaw. Of course, I do apologize as I was confused throughout the match at a few of the calls that were made. But it was a huge back and forth between Punseling and Samarajonkar. At least on 4 goals, all the players were confused as to the calls that were made. But despite Punseling looking like they would come off of that win, Samarajonkar did manage to clinch back that 3 points from Punseling. Punseling's number 7. Samarajonkar's number 7 did come in flashy with a new haircut, a new hairdo. Did probably get a couple of searches coming his way on social media. Especially after being awarded the man of the match as well. Brilliant from the number 7, from Toji, from Samarajonkar. They're finally Namda Yuda back to Nintendo. My sincere apologies to Namda Yuda. I assumed you were the goalkeeper. But my mistake. My sincere apologies. Harsh challenge there by Tintarchan. Referee. Clear whistle. And it will be an opportunity to escape from the harsh press of the under-17s. The under-19s completely outshadowed by the younger side. Ball played right to Jigsaw. Also to our viewers right now, seems like most of you are fans of Borough FC. But just a personal question, if Borough FC would sign any player from the league here in Bhutan, which addition would you like to see being added to the Borough FC roster? It is just hypothetical, of course. We have no say in what the management and coaching staff of Borough FC will do, but just something I was curious about. So do let us know which player you would like to see Borough FC sign, or any other team for that matter, as there is the under-17s space to work with down on that left flank. Cut played back in, beats the first, not the second, and it is a counter-attack for the under-19s. One leg forward was all it took to win back possession for the under-17s, and it is Levine. A bit too hard from the number 15 on that pass. Tintarchan does not have that kind of pace, even if he does have quite a lot. As there is again another player down. Chung Zampo is taken off to the sidelines. He is a crucial part of the under-17 defense. But so far it is the forwards and the midfield from the under-17 that is shining in the match right now. The coach for the under-17 side is Hideharu Takahashi, the Japanese. He has been here for a long time, but he did share when I had a conversation with him that it was quite interesting to work with this squad. He got to work with this new under-17 squad for around a month before this qualifiers. So it is still a new experience for him with this squad, but so far good job, as there is that header played in off that side. Unfortunate deflection on that header, brilliant effort. There was that cross again, fantastic placement on that ball. Brilliant header from Siddhant Basne, did go off that ground. The goalposts doing a much better job of keeping the under-17s in the lead in the first half right now. Seems like Jigsaw is back in. The under-19s solid in their performance in the Premier League alongside Ugan Academy. The young teams did manage to earn our respect in the last season, especially RTC. With their local players and the Koreans they signed, they did manage to provide a proper challenge to the top of the league, especially in that victory against Boro FC. So it would be interesting to see some of their players bolster the ranks of the other clubs. They did have a couple of remarkable players, Baby Lau being one in the back. Brilliant in terms of strength, holding down the RTC backline. They did have a couple of others, Vampire, Durkin. So yeah, hypothetically, it would be interesting to see them bolster the ranks of a couple of the clubs, especially the ones looking to actually contend for the title against Boro FC. Also, the outshiring to Boro FC would be quite an overpowered signing, if I do say so myself. The under-19s, space inside the box, challenge right in time. Opportunity denied again for the under-19s. Yeah, there is the under-19s, solid possession this time around. A bit too heavy on that touch, and it will be a throw-in for the under-17s. Also, with regards to the league, a couple of players did leave for Australia, as many people know it did cause quite an uproar in the community when the notices of their departure towards the land down south was released early on this year. We did see Kamat hit him. And Chunko from the women's side. There was also the goalkeeper Topge from Transport who did leave. A costly loss for the national side. He was one of the better performers alongside Gelson Zangpo in that final stretch of the AFC qualifiers. We did see an updated roster from the national side a couple weeks back. So do let us know which player you are looking forward to most to showcasing the potential in the national jersey. Also, again, to our viewers who missed it, the under-19s are heading to Maldives on the 22nd to participate in the SAF Under-20 Championship. The fixtures were released earlier this afternoon, I believe. They are facing off against Nepal on the 23rd of March. They are facing off against the next opponents, Maldives, on the 25th and Sri Lanka on the 27th for the group stage. So best of luck to our boys for that campaign, as there is an intention with the ball alive. Ball sent inside, Pemachatsu, a touch too late. The under-19s. Not much success in developing their long balls in this match so far. They have had exceptional success, especially when that ball finally did manage to get to that back post to come Jigsail's right. Unfortunately, they have been denied by the crossbar and the side post more than the goalkeeper has. Brilliant bit of skill there from Arpan. There is Techo. Ball now back with Namdayuta. So Mtoji misjudges the contact on that ball, and it will be opportunity for the under-19s, as it is lost again. Frequent changes in possession so far. Both teams quite unable to make that final connection. Missed passes coming from both sides of the white and orange. Intercepted. Levine, through ball played out to Indian Tarchen. Not quite there with the placement, as the ball is won back again by the under-19s. Ball poked away by Majasso. Missed the flat of his foot, and it will go back again to possession for the under-19s. It is interesting to see how these players will develop in a year or two, and which ones make the cut to the senior teams. This time we are seeing the return of Sencho Kelson. It will be quite a highly anticipated return from the legend. He did go down with an ACL, is back from rehabilitation and recovery. But surprisingly, athletes after coming back, especially from the ACL injury, is a difficult sight to see. But in the qualifiers, he has outshone all the other players, especially in terms of speed. He still has the pace, which the Bhutan national senior team was quite lacking in the last qualifier run played in Doha. It is interesting to see what contributions he makes. His vision has obviously improved with his age. His performance is still there. We did see the 2 brilliant free kicks, if you follow him on Facebook and social media. So it will be an interesting campaign this time around, as there is Yantan Tarchin losing the ball. 2 more minutes of extra time. Over in the blink of an eye. Surprisingly, the under-17s have the lead against their senior side with a comfortable and easy 1 goal coming from the way of number 10, Pema Jasso. brilliant decisions from their coach, Haru, so far. That Indoji is coaching the under-19 side this time around. So it will be interesting to see what changes are made to the game plan of the under-19s, especially coming from the same academy. The matter of pride in this matchup will be high. The under-19s will not want to lose, especially after coming off against the other teams in dominating fashion. So ladies and gentlemen, this was your commentator Ugintesh Toji. See you all again in the second half.
Chi thông mày băng này gì? Mà chi cái thô thông mày, mà chi thông mày. Let's go. Hana this man, chi taki. Let's see. Hana this man. Let's see, Benny. No one better. Don't worry. मैं पता ये ना कैसे बोलो no just do me अब हाँ just check football ताकि football oh is it what I mean I wrote that you great you I look at you it's your bet أنا دمي نتاجي شيء أنا دمي ooh I love you gigabit 맵줄 때다 야 하이 안돼 맨 안 비자 안 비자 매 안돼 매 I love you. I love you. Tama onde. 나 파주치.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome back again as we finally resume the second half in the matchup between the under-17s who are in white and the under-19s in the orange jersey. So far, the under-19s looking quite strong against their senior side. Jixel almost had that cleared away in a frantic movement there by the defense. The under-17s do have the goal lead right now. The under-19s are guests, and as such, there will be no point consequences. The under-19s this time, however, as their Maldives campaign is drawing nearer and nearer, they have elected to rest most of their starting 11. It is mostly new faces we are seeing in the orange jersey today. Most of them their first time here in the qualifiers. Also, as a clarification, if there are any new viewers with regards to the confusion from our earlier Facebook post in Bhutan Football Federation's official football page, we did see an update in the qualifier table. Namla FC is now topped by Thimphu FC, who are level in points at 9 points. The reason being that in their earlier matchup, where they ended up in a 3-3 draw, the final goal scorer with that equalizer from Namla FC was number 12, who was not in fact registered in the final name list for that match. We are supposed to receive a list of 25 players who will be on the bench and will be starting for the teams right before or right on that game day. We are supposed to receive that name list, and the goal scorer of that equalizer, number 12, Som Gelpo, wasn't reflected in that list. The appeal was put forward by Thimphu FC, and as such, that equalizer was deemed null, and Thimphu FC now run away with the 3 points. Namla, on the other hand, now reflect 3 wins and 1 loss on the qualifier table, so they are currently a 3-way tie between Namla, Thimphu, and surprisingly Samdru Jonkar. But for Samdru Jonkar, this may very well be the end of their Cinderella run. They have 2 matches left, and both of these matches are against the top 2 competitors, Namla FC and Thimphu FC. But there is still hope if Samdru Jonkar somehow manage to pull off a win against Namla FC. They will guarantee their spot in the Premier League. There is that interception from Yantin Tarchin. Ball played out forward to Pemajatso. Challenge manages to get there in time. It is, however, Levine with the cleanup. Possession still alive. It is the under-19s who come out on top. Hard possession there for Levine. Ball played out wide. It is Kinipenjo on the ball. Fantastic move to cut right. Does not beat the second defender, however, and it is now Ogen Setsum with the initiative on the counter attack. A bit too hard, a bit too back on that pass by Intentarchin, and it is stolen back again. Frequent changes of possessions, a common storyline we have seen so far in the matchup between the 2 academy teams. Chador sends the ball up. Unfortunate for the under-17s. It is the under-19s coming away with the ball. It is a battle of the young dragons. The starting 11 of the under-17 side. Very, very impressive right now against the second team of the under-19s. No matter what the result today, it does show bright promise in the future for the under-19 side. With the skill level of the under-17s already almost on par with the under-19s. They will have nowhere else to go but up, as that ball is headed away. Almost costly chance there for the under-19s. Thrice has the ball hit the crossbar now. Karma Jigsaw milliseconds late. Gilipenjo does have his laces untied, does not seem to notice. Valuable opportunity in the corner right now. Corner curled inside. At the penalty area, it is Pema Jamsaw with the clearance. U19's shot does not take off, and it is Yentin Tarchen with all the runway he needs for that run. Yentin Tarchen does manage to get the ball off of that defender. Chotwanchu. Space to work with. Challenge from Kilipenjo, gets to it first. And it is Choning Zangpo throw in play to Yentin Tarchen. Choning back to Chator. Slight misread on that pass. All it takes for the under-19s to earn a goal kick. There is the goalkeeper for the under-19 side, Tinetendop. The under-19s difficulty beating the confidence the under-17s have built up with all the games they've experienced so far. Brilliant through ball. Perfect placement to Arpan. Arpan has the one-on-one. Challenge gets there right on time, and it will be a halt in the strides of the under-19s. It will now be a throw-in. Cinder Jamto plays it short to the right. Chador, brilliant challenge, earns the throw-in back again for the under-17s. There is Choning Zangpo, did go down earlier, took some time getting back up, but seems to be okay. There was the only sub for the under-19 side so far. Doji number 2, Pan did come in. Challenge there, referee. There was that ball sent through to Levine. Challenge came in from behind. The under-17s desperately need a win in the qualifier run. Their chances long gone. The chances of getting through to the Premier League only a dream right now. They are shut down by the top 3. But it will be a matter of pride to at least have a single point on the board. Brilliant performance from the under-17 so far. Long ball played out midfield. The under-19 defense did slip a couple of times. Gave plenty of opportunities towards the under-17s that they chose somehow not to capitalize on. Ball now on the right flank. Gilipenjor. A bit too heavy turning Doji. Brilliant read to get to that ball cleanly. It is still a throw-in for the under-19s, but doesn't look quite like it will pose any challenge, as there is again the clearance. A bit unfortunate collision with that head. But Kelson looks like he is okay. Brilliant shot passes from the side of the under-19s. Ball crossed in early. Jixel with the read. Jixel with the save. Through ball. Easy save there again for Jixel. He is doing quite a decent job as a sweeper, but his shot stopping and reflexes have been quite questionable in the match today, as there is two substitutions. Key substitutions coming in as we see the entrance of number 7 Rinzin Doji, Dodo, and number 8 Kinzan Wachu. Dodo and Nono, quite a fun pairing in their names. Again, an interesting sight to see. Shin guards being shared again by the players coming in. The under-19s definitely do not like being on the back foot after the thrashings they provided to all the other teams in the qualifiers so far. There was that hard challenge. Unfortunate trajectory on that ball. He will be seeing stars. But hopefully Ugensetsu is okay. A ball like that, especially with the velocity with which these youngsters kick the ball. He will be evaluated, but it should be okay as long as we give him some time. But the under-19s have made quite the substantial changes in their lineups. 3 changes so far, 3 of them key players. The only question, will it be enough to stop the momentum of the under-17s? Brilliant interception there. Forces the under-19 side to get back. Also, there still seem to be some of our viewers still unaware, as we do see a couple of comments in our Facebook posts. So the under-19s are already a Premier League side team, and their participation in this qualifiers are simply to gain competitive exposure, as we do lack in replacement of, a better words, the initiative to set up international matches, friendly matches for our youngsters. So it is quite crucial that they participate here, as we are nearing the SAF Under-20 tournament down in Maldives. And as such, it has been decided that any points, any goals, any disciplinary actions for all teams facing against the under-19 side will not count towards the standings of the qualifiers. And as such, all matches being played against the under-19s will be deemed as friendlies. There was a head-on collision between the two players down on that right flank. Went for the ball, but it did end up in clean collisions with their heads. Quite dangerous, but does not seem like there was that much power to result in a substantial injury. And we are back with resumption of play. There is the substitute Kinga Wangchu. The under-19s looking much better in the last couple of minutes. The short passes did finally connect, space to work with. Then the jump shot decides to send it in with his left. Almost gets that tap in, not enough. It is sent high. Anyone's ball at this point. It is the under-19s. But Majaso tried to flick it behind him. Brilliant on the short passes there by the under-19s. Finally cleared away by the under-17s. The under-17s having much more difficulty against this new look in the under-19s with the key 3 changes. They are much more alive, and it is giving the under-17s just that much more pressure. Brilliant bit of skill there. On the wing ball now in the midfield. Plenty of space. There is the switch up. Ball played middle. Todo. Brilliant touch to get that pass off. Miscommunication there. Finally cleared away again. All traces of the momentum the under-17s had going into the second half are completely gone. Brilliant through ball there into the box. Somdoji challenged a bit too late. There is the clearance, however. Decho can't quite get to that challenge in time. Brilliant tackle there. Keeps the ball alive from Choning Doji. Showing Zhangpo apologies. A bit too impatient on that pass, and it is possession back again for the under-19s. No chance in the second half right now for the under-17s. Panic building in the youngsters in white. Theoretically, there were only so much more that 3 substitutions could make to any team. But it seems like they were the keystones that the under-19 side needed. Ball completely in the orange favor. Oguntoji. Todo. Brilliant touch again. Through ball sent out. It was an offside. Brilliant vision from the under-19 captain. He is not donning the captain's armband in this match as he did not start. But crucial vision from the number 7 nonetheless. And it will be a goal kick for Hinton Touch. Apologies, Karma Jixel. Young Dragon versus Young Dragon. Or the Young Dragons, in fact. It is the under-19s looking much more mature in the second half right now. But Majaso almost got to that ball. Ball played in middle. Somtoji, unfortunate read now of position. There is the shot threatening the back line. Brilliant challenge there, sends it off of that run. Opportunity shut down, and it will be a goal kick again. Brilliant defending from the under-17 sides, but the under-19s are coming ever so close to a reply from their side. Ball played midfield. Under-19s return possession up front. It is Todo all alone, sends it above the goalkeeper. Can there be a clearance? There it is! Brilliant timing on that to send it off the line. There was the tap, by Dodo. There was the clearance by Topden Jigsaw. Denied the opportunity for the super sub. Seems like there is one down. It is Yudru. Seems to be okay, however, as it is now a corner for the under-19s. So far, quite unsuccessful. Their passes, their crosses from the corner have not quite made their mark, but it is Dodo this time. Pass played low, easily intercepted. Failed that clearance, ball still alive. Dodo still has the ball. Ball played high, Jigsaw easy save. Plenty of build-up, but we are yet to hear the beat drop. Hinton Tarchin. Good job holding his man away from the ball. Does manage to earn a throw-in for the under-17 side. We are past the 1 hour mark. Time is ticking down. But the under-19s, given the volume of effort they're making, given the volume they are getting in terms of shot opportunities, eventually they will get one back. Somdoji, brilliant read to clean up that possession from Pemajatso. There is their own number 7, Chador. Chador and Pemajatso double teaming, sends it off for a goal kick. The under-19s forced to reset, but their hunger still evident as the ball played out long. Deflected off the back of Chen Zhangpo. Brilliant bit of skill there, keeps possession alive in midfield. Ball sent over the defender. There was that challenge. No whistle from the referee. Jigsaw plays it out long down his line. But Majatsu not quite there to get possession. And it will be Samdukdoji on the cleanup. The orange jersey switching sides. Beautiful explosiveness on that cut-in. No option for a through ball. Has to take it himself. Left foot shot goes off. Jigsaw babies the ball. Brilliant decision from number 7 to send it off with that left foot. Went straight, however, to the goalkeeper. He will want a better shot from himself. He knows he can get the opportunities. He is a good player. Just a bit unfortunate on that finish. Headed away. Possession, midfield. Pemajatso outstretches his leg. So Mdoji. The under-17s now starting to panic. A completely different story in the second half. They are unable to match the energy the under-19 is bringing into the second half. The passes were much easier. Of course, helped by their confidence that they were going against not the best under-19 side. But it seems like that mental hesitation and again, for the lack of a better word, the aura of the substitutions that came in from the under-19 side seems to be playing something in the minds of the under-17s. Brilliant effort from Pemajatso, but the effort slightly too late. Throw in for the under-19s. Space midfield. Easy recovery there. Ball sent high by Tenzin Namge. Dominating possession from the under-19s. Ball has to be sent back to the goalkeeper. Only one up front for the press, and it is quite easy for the under-19s to beat. Ball in midfield. Pemjato. Challenge is flying his way. It is. Uginsetsum sends it off to Levine. Levine back to Intan Tarchin. Then again, panic from the side of the under-17s, just lacking that finish in the last final third. The pass is going the way of the orange. Pemjato almost gets to the ball. There is space to work with. Jixel again, brilliant decision from his side. A beautiful read from the goalkeeper in blue throughout the qualifiers, especially in the sweeping duties. There is Intan Tarchin alone. Risky decision from the captain to go into that challenge. Feet first. Knees right into Tinle Tendup, and the goalkeeper is struggling. There is the medic. A substitution also seems to be on the way, coming on the way of the under-17s, as there is Tringchada Jamso. And coming out is Pema Jatsotsering. Brilliant effort from the number 10. He is the one to give the under-17s the lead we see on the screen right now. There is that card towards the under-17 captain Intan Tarchin. A bit too risky with that challenge. Frantic decisions obviously coming from the young dragon. But it is the culmination of unrelenting waves of pressure falling from the side of the under-19s. And there is the substitution. Applause flying the way of Thor. Then the Benjo finally stepping back in the posts for the under-19s. 4 substitutions from the side of the under-19s so far. The under-17s obviously putting up a good fight. Physical challenge there from Wogan Setsum. It is cleared away. Possession in the way of Intan Tarchin. Sends it off right into the gut of that boy, and it is possession again. The under-19s. The under-17 side having difficulty fighting off against the waves and waves of pressure that they are building up. At this point, it's almost akin to trying to swat a mosquito in the middle of the night when the lights are off. No matter how many times you swat away with it, you never manage to get that hit. And imagine that frustration multiplied in the tens and hundreds. And that is probably what the under-17s are facing right now. No matter how many clearances they get away with it, the under-19s always manage to end up with the ball. Brilliant through ball played up. Tanipenjo, his first touches on the ball. Solid presence on goal. He has been a key part of the young Bhutanese football squad for a long time, in fact. Brilliant through ball there. Somdoji has that one-on-one. Then Benjo does manage to clear it off to the side. Brilliant decisions from the big man. Ball in midfield against Setsum. Ball directly played into the goalpost. Multiple missed passes coming from the way of the wing back over there. There are the two subs. All ranks of the under-19 side improved so far with their substitutions. And they've definitely made a presence. It would even be an understatement to see that we've seen the impact. Despite the scoreline clearly in favor of the under-17 side, the second half has been absolute domination coming the way of the seniors. The under-17s uncomfortable in every possession right now. Brilliant press there. Somdoji again challenged and taken down. It will be a whistle for the young dragons in white. There was that challenge again, just tripped Somdoji's right foot. And finally a solid opportunity to bring all their manpower up front and give a proper fight finally against their seniors. Cross played in with the left foot. Then the Benjo right there at the end of it. Immediate release down on that right flank. Challenge brilliant from Indian Tarshan this time. Ball still kept alive. Not quite. Whistle does come. The flag was raised. It will be a throw in from the side of Dodo. Toji, not liking his options down right, does manage to get it back from the left. And scanning again, plenty of space from the under-17 forwards. Not quite there, but no threat to the pass. It is, however, stolen finally by Somdoji. Showing Zangpo. Too much pressure around that pass to get through properly to Somdoji. Brilliant through ball played out to Dodo. Does manage to send that right foot off, deflected just enough for Jigsaw to make the easy save. We are at the final stretch of this match. There will be no points from this match as it is simply a friendly for the practice of the under-19s. But it will be a much needed win for the under-17s. Even if this does not give a single point to them despite it being victory, loss or draw, it will be quite instrumental to the Young Dragons' confidence going forward. They are the only team right now without any point. Even Punseling have 3 points. Samut Jonkar, the other regional team from the east. Again, a surprise Cinderella story all the way from the east. They are currently in third place despite it being a three-way tie at 9 points at the top of the qualifier table. Their next matchups are Namla FC and Thimphu FC, so it is quite a high final hurdle. Nambu FC on top after winning that appeal and setting Namla FC back with a loss on their record. Challenge on Todo. Easy whistle there for the referee, as it is a dangerous area for them to earn a set piece in. We've seen no shortage of heroics from number 7s all across the qualifiers. Will it be the turn for Dodo there for the under 19s to earn his place in the qualifier highlights? There is Dodo. Decides to play it short. Better angle. Challenge. Manages to get there in time. Immediate press there. Left foot. Brilliant through ball played out. Jigsaw has the save, but deflected off of the goalkeeper's back, and it will be the equalizer. He started this match as the captain for the under 19s. And in the final stretch, where the under 19s needed him most, has shown why he earned the trust enough to put on that captain's armband in the first place. Less than 10 minutes remain and the storylines develop a twist in its plot. Beautiful heroics coming the way of Teshok Toji. We did learn early on that he was the under-17 captain last year. And it is impressive to see him make crucial impact early on as part of the under-19s. Possession again in a dangerous position for the under-19s. It is finally stolen away. It is Kinetawa, fantastic pace, manages the touch to set himself away from Ogintoji. Brilliant pace on that, not quite enough. Shortcomings at the finish line. Fantastic pace nonetheless from the youngster, left everyone in the dust. Does manage to earn a throw-in right near the goalkeepers. There is a substitution coming the way of the under-17s. It is Tandon Kelson coming in for Sonam Doji Wanchu. Brilliant effort from the big man in the middle. He has earned his rest. There is the substitution coming in. Throw in a dangerous area for the under-17s. They have strong players up front to work with. Costly turnover in the final minutes. Throw in played by the under-19s. All the space in the world. So the jump tool sends it back to the centre back. Ball now too heavy for that touch. But brilliant hustle nonetheless to get possession back. It is sent up front, headed away. Right into the under-19s. There is Dodo. Plenty of options to work with. Decides to take it himself. Heavily challenged there by... Unfortunate for them. The attack does shut down, and it is a throw-in for the under-17s. Unfortunate clearance there again, as it is played right into the feet of the under-19s. Absolutely dominant in the possession game from the side of the under-19s. Especially in the second half, they were down. But 4 substitutions, all it took for the under-19s to change the flow of the game. Jigsaw did have a couple of slip-ups. Hit the crossbar so many times and even the side post. But their efforts finally culminate and it is level right now at 1-1, less than 5 minutes remaining until the end of the game. Beautiful touch on that cross. The ball far out, off to the side on that attempt. Close goal there. But Jigsaw did have the gap covered. Even if this match does end in a draw, it will be the best match the under-17s will have managed so far after the start of the qualifiers. The under-17s dreams of making it through to the Premier League alongside their seniors are shattered after Samjonkhor got that win. That three-way tie up at 9 points does mean that it will be one of these three teams heading off to the Premier League. So do let us know if you have any guesses as to which two teams will make it to the Premier League this season. Jigsaw, a fantastic save. Had the runners to capitalize on it. Right now, it seems like Thimphu FC and Namla are the favorites going into the final stretch of the qualifiers. But it is Thimphu FC currently the safest. They have gotten rid of all the toughest matchups. They destroyed Thimphu Ravens in a close 3-2 bout. They won again after that appeal against Namla FC 3-2 again. So their hardest opponents in the qualifiers are out, which means that it is smooth sailing for the Thunderbolts in their final stretch. As for Namla, they are facing off against Samjonkhor. Namla FC do look like the favorites going into that matchup, but if Samjonkhor manage to upset Namla will then record 2 losses in the qualifier run, which will mean that they will lose to Samjonkhor. It will be nice to see representation from the regional teams up in the BOP Bhutan Premier League. So a lot of pressure will be on the shoulders of the players of Samjonkhor FC. Costly slip up their possession. The way of the under-19s. Indian Tarchan sends it off right to Setsum. Chador. Dragged down by Indian Tarchan, the captain, as that attack was building up from the way of Kilnepenjor. There was that challenge again. We do see that cheeky little pull coming from the number 9, the captain. Brilliant through ball. A hip check there by the way of the captain, the goalkeeper. As Siddhant was knocked down. Cheeky fouls coming by the way of the under-17s as they grow desperate in the final minutes. Brilliant through ball there. Interception gets right on time. Kamachixil looking for options. If they do manage to play their cards right in the last couple of minutes, it very well may be the first victory for the under-17s. Even if this comes out as a draw, it will be the best game they have played so far in the qualifiers, especially in terms of score. There was a signal 2 more minutes added until the final whistle is blown by the referee. Brilliant challenge there from Choning Zangpo, does not manage to get there quite, as possession still alive for the under-19s. The under-19s, a flawless run. Despite it being friendlies, despite the other teams playing second teams against them, it is still a clean record for them. No. Off to the left. Brilliant challenge there by Levine. Not quite enough to beat the man Dodo. All the space. Unfortunate slip there, and it is the under-17s with very well the last attack. Brilliant run there by Entin Tharchen. Challenges from behind. Through ball played out too hard. There is Choning Zangpo down on that left side as we have 1 more minute remaining. Choning has gone down multiple times. He is a crucial part of that backline for the under-17s. Hopefully he gets the rest he needs, as it will be costly for the under-17s to lose a key player in him. However, play does resume. Less than 36 seconds remain, and it is the under-19s who may have very well the last shot. They do lose possession safely back with the hands of Thor. Then Penjo. The goalkeeper might as well take it front himself at this point. And there is the final whistle. Brilliant fight from the side of the under-17s. Brilliant build up to that early goal from Pemajatso from their side. But their seniors, too much for them to handle at this point of their growth. It is a consequenceless match, so this was in fact a friendly, and as such there will be no impact on the qualifier tables. Also, for those of you who just joined in and missed the announcement with regards to the confusion in the updated table for the BOB qualifiers, Namla FC did, in the match between Namla FC and Thimphu FC, they did manage into a draw 3-3 with a last minute equalizer. The only issue at hand was that the goal scorer of that final goal from Namla was not in fact in the squad list for Namla FC. There are supposed to be 25 players who are chosen to be on the bench and in the starting 11. Number 12 Som Gyalpo wasn't in that list, and as such that appeal did go through successfully. His goal in the last 30 seconds was declared null and void, and as such Thimphu FC did have corrected their record to 3 wins, and Namla FC now stand at 3 wins, 1 losses instead of 1 draw, and there is now a 3-way tie at the top between Namla, Thimphu and Samjonkar. It will be an interesting development to see, as Samjonkar, who are also at the top, plays Namla and Thimphu in the next 2 games, which may very well decide who goes through. So thank you for tuning in. A humble request from my side, please do subscribe to the Bhutan Football Federation YouTube channel if you haven't already. It might not be too much for you, but it will mean the world to us. And do follow our Facebook page as well for updates on the qualifier and the upcoming league. Also, big thanks to our beverage partner Coca-Cola and to our main sponsors, Bank of Bhutan. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This was your commentator Ogintesh Doji signing off. See you again tomorrow.